Welcome back to the First Amendment, Part B. In Part A, we talked about what is a part of amendment, the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, those 5 pieces. This time we're going to talk about then how do I go ahead and take that information and put it into the slides. You probably need more than one for this one because it's a bigger one for your Constitution project. So I go to my Bill of Rights section on our website. Again, I've given you commentary here in the bullet points of how to kind of start tackling this piece. Below that then is a link to our textbook. Let's see if I can get myself signed on. And I think we have HRMS5/6 and Falcons should be our password. And then when it pulls it up, you have to go ahead and select the page numbers. And I gave you that information on our website. And if I go back up to our website, I will see that I'm looking for page numbers. It looks like I'm on 275 in the Call to Freedom, and that gives us exactly what each amendment says in the Bill of Rights. So I go back up to my book online, and I plunk in, I want an actual page number, section, I don't really want a section. What do I want here? Oh, there we go. So once you click online textbook, then it will actually take you in and you can put where it says page number there, 275, and you have to hit go. Okay, there they are. So there's the First Amendment. That's what it actually says right there. I would leave that tab up. You can do a cut and paste, and I'm only saying that because we're going to cite this source eventually. So normally though, you don't want to do a cut and paste and not give credit because that's plagiarism. Don't do it. Okay. You would then go to your slide and start thinking about how I want to put this together. How do I want this to look? What kind of background do I want to have? What kind of pictures do I want to have? Okay. So let's look at how another student tackled the First Amendment. Okay. And again, this is all on our website. Kind of have to scroll through there and take a look at it. The First Amendment, there's what it actually says. Make sure that you put it in quotation marks. That way, if I'm viewing this information, I know that this student got it from somewhere else, and then we're going to cite that source. More on that later. And then there's a picture that goes along. It's clearly labeled First Amendment. Your viewer knows what they're looking at. And then she did need a second slide because there's a lot going on. Now, you don't have to do a summary and a link for, or a link for each one of the 5. Just pick one. This person wanted to focus in on freedom of speech. So on that next slide, she did a summary. This is looking at what the amendment actually says and then put it in your own words. Paraphrase it down. Then go up to your browser and you can type in current issues, freedom of speech, or something along those lines, and it should give you a whole bunch of options. You want to look for a reputable resource though, based on our 5 criteria points, and I'll go into those on another video, another time. This one's pretty reputable though, because we're talking about U.S. News and World Report. It's the website. You can see that this person cited it there. We have the link down at the bottom. And then just a quick little overview. What does that article say? Well, they're talking about Alabama universities. They were limiting freedom of speech. Students could only say what they wanted to say at certain spots on the campus, which, okay. And it was then brought through the court system. The governor got a hold of it as well, and the governor said, no, you can't do this. You can't limit the freedom of speech when it comes to where you can tell people when and where they can have that freedom of speech. And the governor said, no, that is unconstitutional. So again, link, summary. You do not have to do all 5 of the rights that encompass the First Amendment. You just need to pick one. And again, this person picked freedom of speech. You can so easily find current information about freedom of religion. It's all over the place, especially in this climate post 9/11. Sometimes there's some issues surrounding Islam. Okay? So you could maybe look that up and see how the First Amendment protects those religious rights. And then we have assembly, again, this day and age, there's tons of information about protecting the right of groups to get together and protest or voice their opinion. It's all over the place. And then press and petition. You just need to pick one though, and then put the information together on your slide. Remember, we are looking for what the amendment actually says, and you find that in the textbook. There's the amendments, what it actually says right there. You can cut and paste, but remember to put quotation marks around them because we are going to cite it later. Then you're going to summarize it, put it in your own words with a picture, obviously, of course. And then you need to provide a link. There are other examples under the Bill of Rights. Please check those out. Here's one of them. This one deals with the Second Amendment that we'll go over later, but I just want to show you how the students set it up. There's our title, ratification, what it actually says. Her summaries here, and there's her picture. And then if I go back up, here is a summary and a link. Okay, so there's tons of examples on the website. There's commentary, there's different links for you to go to find information as well. Make sure that you're looking at that website to provide you with direction, and it can be of great use to you. Okay, thank you.